Tonight, a youth is in custody after a double stabbing in Mississauga.
When officers arrived on scene, they did locate 2 male victims that are teenagers.
One of the victims still in life-threatening condition. The stabbing taking place in a mall parking lot following a dispute on school property. Plus,
we believe that he is still in the Greater Toronto area, actively evading arrest.
Toronto police offering $50,000 cash rewards to anyone who can lead them to the arrest of 2 suspects involved in 2 separate murders last year. And
so I'm thinking like just go, and so you can hear us, we're screaming, get out.
a group of Good Samaritans save a driver trapped in a burning car. The harrowing rescue captured on video. We speak to 2 of the people hailed as heroes who risked their lives to help. Good evening, I'm Kelda Yoon. A youth is in custody tonight after a stabbing that rushed 2 other youths to hospital. It happened this afternoon in Mississauga. As Jessica Ng reports, Peel police are still trying to figure out what happened.
Emergency crews were called to this parking lot at Erin Mills Town Centre around 2 this afternoon. Peel Regional Police have set up a mobile command centre here as they try to piece together exactly what happened that led to the stabbings of 2 male teens here. Constable Sarah Patton says it started with a fight at John Fraser Secondary School behind me.
Some sort of altercation occurred, whether or not it's verbal or physical, occurred on the school property across the street, and then it moved into the mall parking lot here.
At this time, one of the victims is in stable condition while the other has life-threatening injuries. Police were looking for a suspect between the ages of 15 and 17 seen fleeing the scene.
Male South Asian, wearing a black t-shirt and gray sweatpants.
Informing the public tonight, a male suspect has been taken into custody, with charges unknown at this time. Police could not confirm the ages or the identities of the 2 victims. They add they don't know what led up to the attack, and they don't know whether the suspect or the victims knew each other. Police are appealing to anyone who may have been in the area or have dashcam or surveillance video that could help with the investigation. Jessica Ng, CBC News, Mississauga.
A woman was punched by a man at a TTC station this morning in what appears to be a random attack. The woman was at Kipling Station just after 11 a.m. when a man ran up to her and began to punch her in the face. Police say the victim was left unconscious. She was revived and taken to hospital to be treated for serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Police are still searching for the suspect. The attack happened at the same station where a woman died after being set on fire last month. The TTC says Kipling is a priority location for patrols by special constables. Toronto police is asking for the public's help in locating 2 wanted men with large cash rewards for anyone who can provide information leading to their arrests. The 2 men are wanted for 2 separate fatal shootings in Toronto last year. Ali Chiasson has more.
Every day our investigators work around the clock to identify, locate, and apprehend those responsible for some of the city's most violent crimes. In some cases, however, suspects are able to evade capture.
As is the case for these 2 men, seen here in wanted posters.
Mohammed Hassan is wanted by the Toronto Police Service on Canada-wide warrants for first-degree murder and attempted murder.
He's the outstanding suspect from a fatal drive-by shooting in April last year. 21-year-old Habil Hassan was killed. Another victim was seriously injured. Then there's 28-year-old Jibril Elmi, wanted in connection to a triple shooting in Regent Park last September, which killed beloved youth worker Thane Murray, who was sadly in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Both Mr. Elmi and Mr. Hassan are believed to be in the GTA. They need to eat, they need somewhere to sleep, somewhere to shower, they probably need to work. They can't be hiding in a closet 24/7.
Anyone who provides a tip leading to the arrest of either of these men could receive a cash reward of $50,000. It's part of the BOLO program, which stands for Be On the Lookout. They've been working with the Toronto Police since 2018. Circulating wanted posters online and plastering them around the city. It's led to several arrests and thousands of dollars in rewards.
I want to be clear. The only condition for these rewards to be paid is that you tip lead to the arrest of the suspects, period.
Tips can be given anonymously through Crime Stoppers. Even the rewards can be claimed anonymously, so tipsters providing information needn't fear.
We do not need you to be a witness or testify in court. The cases against Mohammed Hassan and Jabril Elmi are ready to go to trial.
The phone lines are open. Ali Chiasson, CBC News, Toronto.
Windsor police have dropped its vaccine mandate, allowing employees on unpaid leave to return to work. Less than 2% of the workforce, or between 10 and 12 employees of 676, have been on unpaid leave because they're either unvaccinated or did not disclose their vaccination status. Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkins, who is also chair of Windsor's police board, said just weeks ago the policy may never be rescinded. The Windsor Police Association had challenged the mandate and wanted to see it gone. 5 people are being hailed as heroes tonight after pulling a man from a burning vehicle on the side of the QEW in Mississauga earlier this week. The daring rescue all captured on video. Greg Ross spoke to 2 of the Good Samaritans who thankfully were at the right place at the right time.
These men are frantically trying to smash the window of a burning car in an attempt to save the driver, who is unconscious and slumped over the steering wheel. It all started just a few minutes earlier at about 9:30 Monday morning in the eastbound lanes of the QEW near Cawthra Road. Fabricio Luar recorded this video of the car losing control.
There was a lot of debris coming up in front of me. As soon as I merged to the middle, I seen the car just go from the left to the right real quick. I think he was going like a 180. Hit the railing, hit the construction signs.
He had a medical episode that, obviously affected his ability to control his vehicle.
Luar says the car then hit the guardrail and shot back across 4 lanes of traffic before finally coming to a rest on the shoulder of the highway. His first thought was to check on the driver.
We knocked on the door. We were trying to make sure he was conscious, asked him questions, but he wasn't responding.
Not long after, Ben Sykes arrived on the scene and quickly noticed the flames and plumes of smoke coming from the car.
I was with my wife and I said, I'm getting out, and she said, go, 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 go.
His wife recorded as the men attempted to get into the car by smashing the window.
I tried to kick the window in, that didn't work, tried to elbow it, didn't work.
Just when things seemed hopeless, a man in a dump truck stopped and threw a hammer to them.
It landed, almost made it to the grass, and then just ran over, grabbed it.
Hammer! Sykes was able to smash the window with the hammer and open the driver's side door.
And then you have to get this guy to the car quickly because you can see those flames already.
So I'm thinking like just go, 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 go. And so you can hear us, we're screaming, get out, trying to rouse him.
Get out! Get out! They dragged the man to safety, and just in the nick of time.
Like 15 seconds later, that whole front seat was like there were flames shooting out of like from the passenger seat out the driver's side door that was now open.
The driver of the car is a 36-year-old man from Toronto. He suffered only minor injuries and has these men to thank for his life.
People are calling you guys heroes. Do you feel like a hero?
Yeah, that's a label, but I think I just tried to help a guy. That was it.
In the moment, we weren't thinking about that. We were just trying to get the guy out. If that was you, you would want someone to save you.
Greg Ross, CBC News, Toronto.
Let's go to Celeste DeCare now for a first look at your forecast. And Celeste, a beautiful day in the city. Can we expect more of this sunshine tomorrow?
It certainly was, and we certainly can. Tomorrow's looking bright and beautiful, quite hot, along with your Saturday and Sunday. Tonight, conditions are going to clear up. We're going to see a lot less of those clouds because on Friday morning, it's going to be so clear and beautiful, although we're going to see a little bit of cloud coverage make its way through the afternoon, which you will want because it'll provide just a little bit of relief. And next week, you better get out and enjoy the sunshine this weekend because it's calling for a little bit of rain starting on Monday. All right, looking at your storm tracker, a little bit of cloud coverage overnight, but into Friday afternoon, we're going to see a little bit more of that. Some showers to the south of us, but it's going to bypass Toronto, so you're in the clear. Overnight into Saturday looking clear as well because the day on Saturday is looking perfect. Overnight tonight is going to drop down to around 16 degrees. Tomorrow, on the other hand, 27, clear, beautiful, and hot.
Thanks so much, Celeste. If you had to stop by a gas station to fill up today, you probably noticed prices are a little bit lower. Gas prices in the GTA fell by 12 cents and are expected to dip again tomorrow to an average price not seen in months.
It is still quite a bit. I thought it would be a little bit lower, but you know what? I have 3 bars left, so I'm going to feel like I kind of have to right now, so.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
Still high. It is what it is. It's okay. You know, the whole world has to go through this.
Prices are expected to drop another 3 cents tomorrow ahead of the weekend, coming down to around 176.9. The declining prices, combined with a provincial tax cut on Canada Day, have meant a drop of 25 cents a litre in the last week. Unpredictable gas prices are prompting some Torontonians to transition to another form of transit, e-scooters. Retailers say they're seeing an increase in clients looking for a cheaper way to get around the city. But as Farah Morali explains, the devices are technically banned in Toronto.
Soggy streets don't stop Kyle Ott from commuting on his e-scooter. It's his go-to transport, rain or shine.
You give it one push, it's kind of a safety mechanism almost. You push a button and away you go.
Ott works in the trades and used to rely on apps like Uber to get to job sites. But 4 months ago, he swapped that for this and now says he's saving hundreds a month.
Uber was killing me. I don't drive and I work for myself. Just to and from Kipling Station, for instance, from where I am, is $80 a day. And this gets me there in the same amount of time. And I figured, why not? I'll give it a shot.
Ott isn't alone. Roman Izquierdo is also making the transition. He's just waiting for his e-scooter to arrive.
The main reason here was to save money on gas and to get a portable device that could take me from A to B, B to C, and back home, where I could maybe take the device and put it under my desk without the risk of me losing my property.
It actually folds down quite easily.
At shops like Segway of Ontario, e-scooters have been flying off the shelves.
Compared to, I'm going to go back to 2019, we've probably seen about 1,000% increase in sales since then, just for this particular device.
And while Aaron Binder says the boom began once the pandemic hit, gas prices are only attracting more clients.
There are so many people that are coming in and they're saying specifically gas, specifically insurance. The costs of owning a car are astronomical.
In spite of their soaring popularity, e-scooters are still technically banned in Toronto. City Council voted last May to maintain its ban, citing safety concerns. Meanwhile, cities like Ottawa and Montreal, among others, allow e-scooters or have introduced pilot projects.
Those cities have made it legal, and they don't have major issues like that.
Andy Kim is part of a group that's pushing the city to change its stance, hoping it'll become a municipal election issue this fall.
It's a great way to get around and, like I said, environmentally friendly.
While the city's putting the brakes on legalization, it's not stopping many from making the transition to the cheaper transit alternative. Farah Morali, CBC News, Toronto.
Welcome back. The Maple Leafs brought the action to Nhl Draft Night. Just before the team was set to make its first prospect pick, Leafs GM Kyle Dubas made a pretty shocking move.
The Toronto Maple Leafs trade Peter Mazarek and pick number 25, which will be the next pick in this year's draft, to the Chicago Blackhawks.
This means the Leafs won't have any picks in the first round and aren't getting any players back in return yet. Leafs analysts say it will allow the team to offload part of the salary cap for a higher-rated player in the future. Toronto will get their next pick in the second round of the draft, selecting 38th overall. Montreal hosted the draft in the Bell Centre and had the first overall pick, opting to go with Slovakia's Juraj Slafkovský. Toronto Raptors fans will have a few more years to cheer on some Canadian talent. Along with Rexdale's Delano Banton, the team is holding on to Montreal's Chris Boucher in a multi-year deal.
I knew I wanted to be in Toronto. I feel like I was building something, and you know, like I said, there's a bigger plan for me than just playing in Toronto. You know, I wanted to be an inspiration for the kids. I wanted to do a lot of different stuff, and being Canadian, that made it a lot easier for me.
NBA free agency opened late last month, and Boucher was one of the players who could have gone elsewhere. The Raps today inking Boucher to a deal reportedly worth $35 million over 3 years. Slim Duck, as he's nicknamed, averaged 9 points and 6 rebounds a game last season. And you're looking at a live shot of the Toronto skyline, mainly clear tonight after a gorgeous sunny day. Currently a pleasant 22 degrees in downtown Toronto. Let's go back to Celeste now for a more detailed look at our forecast. And Celeste, we're so close to the weekend. What are we in for?
So close, and we're in for just the most perfect summer weekend. Honestly, Saturday and Sunday are looking great, bright and sunny. Tomorrow, to give you a quick look ahead, it's going to be clear when you wake up. It's around noon that you'll see a little bit more of that cloud coverage and making its way through the day. In the evening, similar conditions, but it's going to be quite hot tomorrow. So around, I would say, 1 or 2 p.m. is when we're going to reach our high, but it's still going to be quite hot in the evening, as well as into the night at around 10 p.m., around 21 degrees. Beautiful day. Now, in terms of your winds overnight, they might possibly pick up in Ottawa there and in Kingston, but Toronto's looking quite calm. Throughout the day tomorrow, you're really not going to see much of that breeze. It's going to be hot. But then overnight on Saturday, a little bit of a different picture. Toronto around 38 kilometers, Kingston similar 44, and then Ottawa 38 there. So breezy overnight conditions both Friday and Saturday. But overall throughout the day on Friday and into the weekend, not much breeze at all. All right, looking ahead into Thursday evening, rather, to Friday. Let's hop ahead to Friday afternoon. That's most important. Lots of cloud coverage in Toronto, but it's really not going to take away from that sunshine at all. A little bit of showers to the south of us, but really nothing to worry about in Toronto there. Early Saturday morning, if you're heading in to work or the cottage, hopefully, it's going to be clear and beautiful, just the slightest wispiest of clouds, but otherwise, it's going to be a beautiful, clear day. Well into the evening, you can just see that break right across southern Ontario there. Going to be really clear and a perfect summer weekend. 16 degrees overnight, and tomorrow, looking ahead, 27 degrees, clear, sunny. That humidex is going to be around 30, and that humidity is just going to be really, really something. And then looking ahead to your 7-day this weekend, like I said, those 3 days you really want to get out and enjoy. Friday, sun, Saturday, similar, dropping down just slightly on Saturday, but really not by much. The evening is looking clear, as long as on Sunday. And then starting off your Monday, some rain is in the forecast. So definitely get out and enjoy your weekend.
Thanks so much, Celeste.
The weather update is brought to you by Train. We test, so it runs. Train, the most reliable heating and cooling brand. It's hard to stop a train.
Toronto Community Housing kicked off its most popular youth program today. Hundreds of kids came out for official start to the Rookie League baseball season. The camp, in partnership with the Jays Care Foundation, aiming to engage underserved communities. Dale Manukduk was there and has more.
Opening day of the 2022 Rookie League. Beautiful morning for a ball game at Dovercourt Park. Hundreds of campers and staff in attendance, all eyes on Michaela Onan, and she lines one up the middle.
I used to be a camper, so I have some of the basic skills.
But beyond rounding bases or sliding home, those like Breonna Francis have gained much more.
I used to be shy and nervous a lot when I was younger, so I guess it brought me out of my shell and I became more outgoing.
Francis and colleague Josh McDonald have each been with the program for over 20 years, rising from child campers to staff, providing representation for kids from Toronto Community Housing, breaking stereotypes of low-income neighborhoods.
When I was growing up, I was often labeled as that bad kid, going to be in jail, going to be on the streets, maybe working at a convenience store. And again, without Rookie League, without Jays Care, I wouldn't be here right now.
Toronto Community Housing and the Jays Care Foundation are hosting their 33rd season for kids aged 6 to 15. This year, over 350 children and teens from TCHC are participating.
For them to have opportunities where they're not being stigmatized for the wrong reasons, but are being celebrated for doing something positive.
It's a free 7-week program, whereas a 1-week paid camp could cost anywhere from $400 to $500.
It's a huge help because at the end of the day, certain parents, like my mom, she worked 2 jobs at one point, so that just relieved the bill off of her, and she knew that we were fine and we were okay.
That's the white part. Yeah, safe.
The camp costs roughly $500,000 to operate and includes lunch Monday to Friday. Jays Care Foundation hopes to reach over 4,500 kids across the country.
And the things that we really want to focus on is not just important leadership skills, but also important life skills that they can use all throughout their life, such as teamwork, confidence, self-esteem, resiliency, and persistence.
The league will be playing ball from now until August 19th. Dale Manukduk, CBC News, Toronto.
Finally tonight, what's being called the world's largest speed cubing competition since the pandemic is now underway at the Western Harbour Castle in Toronto. So what does it take to be able to solve a cube in mere seconds? We talked to former champion speed cuber Thompson Clark.
I think orange looks the easiest, so I'm going to try to solve an orange cross, and then I'll continue on from there with my layer by layer method. So I'll give it a go right now. My name's Thompson Clark. I would say I'm a veteran speed cuber of 15 years. I'm a Rubik's brand ambassador for this event, but for me, having been cubing for so long, my glory days are far behind me. So at this point, I'm here to help grow the community. Yeah, so the Rubik's WCA North American Championship is the largest cubing event since the pandemic. It's actually the first time there's been a North American championship, and there are over 500 competitors from across 22 different countries. I always like to compare a Rubik's Cube competition to a track and field competition where there are all these different events. Some of them are more popular than others. I like to call the 3x3 cube like the 100-meter dash because everyone knows and loves it. But in WCA competitions, it ranges from a 2x2 cube, so smaller than this 3x3 here, up to 7x7. And then you have the more obscure field events like 3x3 one hand. Blindfolded is always the biggest crowd pleaser. I think it's easy to set a lot of pressure on yourself at these events. You know, when you get up on stage with the bright lights, you can build that pressure within yourself and make it difficult. It's such a dexterous sport, if you want to call it that, where any kind of hand shaking or getting in your own mind about not getting the results that you want can kind of throw you off a little bit. And so they know when they get up stage, the cube is uncovered and they have 15 seconds to look at it. They're planning out their first probably dozen or so moves. They know the first 4, let's say, pieces that they want to solve, planning out how to do that, and then seeing if they can even look beyond that to get an advantage in their solve.
I will take a picture with you.
8 seconds.
And that is our show for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Dwight Drummond has your next local newscast tomorrow at 6, and I will see you back here tomorrow night at 11. Have a great night, everyone.